Hi, today I'm going to highlight some of my Bowie practice using the Shiva Ki Fightin Bowie. You may see this sometimes on Shiva's website, sometimes people may own them, but you won't see people actually applying use with it very often. It's not easy to handle a large blade like this. You have to practice carefully and understand what you're doing so you don't hurt yourself. You'll notice that the handle design on this Bowie is kind of unique. Okay, what makes it interesting is that there is no guard on it per se, and you can actually have your finger on the inside of it like so, or sometimes you can even experiment and have your hand back. The long handle allows it to work in that manner. First, just working a couple of actions like a twirling action here, and here you can see my finger is inserted here as I do this. You can see the kind of grip I have on it where my thumb and first finger come together to act for security and control. Sometimes I also like to play, like I said, with it further down. What that does is it moves the balance of the blade forward relative to your hand position. And what that does is it makes it more handy for things like slicing and chopping type of actions. Very important when you cut to understand that you need to draw the blade back. In other words, when you cut out, that will cut, yes. But you want to make sure that when it makes contact, you actually want to draw it back and through as you cut to make sure you maximize the amount of blade area as you're cutting with the primary edge. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply the triangle thrusting pattern. First I thrust low, then I come back and I thrust to the opposite chest, and then I come back and I thrust the other way. Using these 3 points, I can work on back cutting action. If I thrust low here, I can diagonally back cut upwards. If I cut in here, I could I could back cut across on a horizontal plane. Thrusting here, I can back cut in that direction. So you see that, you can play with this a little bit. I can come in here, thrust down and back. I could go here and back cut down and back. And I can come up in the middle and back cut this way to one side or back cut that way to the other. Okay? Okay, so this is just some variety of applying the triangle pattern with some back cutting and thrusting action. It's nice to be able to practice with a larger blade at times, because when you practice with a larger blade, then your smaller blade actions are much easier. It's important not to cut yourself. This is a live blade. It's razor sharp, and when I practice, you notice because I'm paying attention to the camera and not fixed on my practice there, I'm going a little bit slow to make sure that I don't injure myself. Okay? The other thing I want to show you, you practice things like a doblete action. If I thrust here, I pull back and I cut down. I could thrust here, pull back, and cut down. Thrust low, pull back, and cut up. Thrust low, pull back, and cut up. Horizontal, back, horizontal, and back. When you practice these kind of actions, you learn to manipulate the blade flow a little bit easier so that you have a wave of steel that surrounds you and helps protect you as you engage in your practice. Okay? Have a good one. Hope that helps, gives you some ideas for your own personal practice and training.